Hello everyone, and Merry almost Christmas. It is that time of the year again. How fast did that come up this year? I feel like a minute ago we were in January and now we're back in December again. I've got my little Christmas blanket, I've got my red and my green, I've got a little candle up there. Also bear with me because I have just gotten over a very bad flu this last week. So I'm having a little bit of a cough and like nasal issues. But today I really wanted to talk about this idea of character mission statement. A few weeks ago, a writer friend of mine and I were in a coffee shop discussing character backstory, building realistic characters connected to a very entrancing plot. And she mentioned this notion of a character mission statement, and it just clicked for me. Right now, I'm reading Weiland's Outline Your Novel for Success, as well as creating character arcs, and it kind of ties into that idea as well. She mentions a shadow, where it's a step further from a backstory. It's something in your character's past that is driving their actions towards their goal, whether it be towards a false goal, a misguided goal, or something else entirely, or maybe even a subplot. But anyway, I just thought that was so interesting that we talked about, so today I wanted to get a little bit more deep into it. Also, quick plug here real quickly. My friend, I mentioned she's a writer. She has an incredible book out right now. I suggest that you go check it out. I will link it in the description below. It is It Couldn't Be You by Rebecca Jackson. And just a quick synopsis, it is a clean romance novel. There's family history, there's small town ties, and it's also about growing up in your 20s and learning about who you are. I cried. It's an incredible book. Go check it out. Now, back to the subject at hand. So, what is a character mission statement? A character mission statement is not just the what that the character is achieving, it is the why behind it. It is the root of the backstory. It is everything driving your character on the surface. Whether or not you know it in the beginning, that's fine. Usually you discover it throughout the book, and it adds depth to your character. We often think of, like in business, how we have a mission statement for a business project or a proposal where we are trying to figure out which customers to reach or which market to really delve into. A mission statement really helps with that. So if you're trying to figure out, who your character is, perhaps your character is lacking this mission statement or this why. I think also why a mission statement is helpful is because oftentimes as writers, I do it too a lot of the time, is we get caught in this passive character trap where your character is no longer or has for some reason not been able to drive the plot fully. And I've come across this a lot, and I found that developing a mission statement for my character helped to make them more complex and interesting and feel like a real person. So back to this notion of K.M. Weiland's kind of shadow concept, where there's something in the backstory that is making the character believe a certain thing or do a certain thing. Ask yourself, what is your character's shadow? What's in your character's past that may have scorned them? Did they lose a loved one? She uses this example of, like, what if your character is a cop? Why did he become a cop? Did he lose someone close to him? It doesn't just have to be loss. It can be something very different. For example, in the book Jane Eyre, which is incredible, and I suggest everyone read it. It's a really masterful work by Charlotte Bronte. Jane Eyre's shadow, for example, or her tragic backstory, is that she wasn't loved as a child. Now she's under this false belief that she has to serve someone else in order to receive love. What she has to learn throughout the book is that love is not earned, but that someone can love her for exactly who she is. So that's her journey in Jane Eyre. Her mission statement, though, is to serve someone else in order to prove that she's worthy or to get love. And that is a misguided mission statement in Jane Eyre on her part because of her belief that she is not worthy enough to be loved as shown in her childhood, which of course, she learns otherwise, and you just have to read the book. It's amazing. To sum everything up, your character mission statement is your character's why. It is the driving force that kicks off the plot and helps them remain more active throughout the story. This is a really good thing to think about as you're coming up with your character and putting in their backstory. Don't just give them a backstory, give them a why for their behaviors in the present, and use the mission statement. Let's say that my character really wants to go to a certain college. Well, what's driving her to go to that specific college. Did her mom go there? Maybe it was a mom that had passed away. Some kind of emotional anchor that is driving her why, and that can all be found in the backstory. So as you're writing out your character's backstory, don't just think of what it is, and I know I keep repeating myself here, but think about the why. What has influenced them in their past that is driving them to their behaviors now, which is what is giving us this plot. If you're still not sure and you're still developing your character backstory and finding their why, read other books and watch movies that are similar to the story that you're writing. It's not copying, it's just pay attention to how the writer is developing the character, what they've done with the character's backstory, and see how the backstory connects to what they're doing now in the present. Look for the why behind your character's actions. This will automatically add depth to your character, and I wish I would have thought of this years ago. Of course, we all know about creating backstory, writing relationships down as we outline it as we go, but this mission statement idea really takes things a lot deeper. And again, for me, when my friend told me about this, it really, really clicked, and I just really wanted to share it with you. Anyway, that's all I have for today, guys. What are your thoughts on a character mission statement? Have you heard of this concept before? Have you heard of the shadow concept before as far as backstories go? What is one key thing that you do to develop interesting and three-dimensional characters? I really want to know your thoughts in the comments, because everyone's writing journey is different. Everyone's, outlining and developing of a story journey is different. And I love seeing how everybody approaches, writing as an art form. And, I find that while all of our tactics may be a little bit varied, a lot of it is very similar as far as, developing and finding what process works for you. Just really amazing. So I'd love to know your thoughts once again. Have a great day. It's really rainy here. The sun's starting to come out though, but I'm so happy that we're in winter. And stay healthy and safe this season, guys, and enjoy your families. Hug them close and have a Merry Christmas.